What's up? This is Stabs in for podcast. We are back at it after a great weekend of wild card football. We've got all the originals here. We got Dre from PG County.
You
We
know
got
why I'm here.
Terence. We got Esquire Dave. We
What's
got
good with it?
Corey. And BT will be joining us shortly. But we
Cam was
have two
right.
very special guests who are here for a very special reason that we will get into in just a little bit. But y'all, welcome back from Packers Nation. Abdullah and Travis, guys, what's up with y'all? I know y'all are still celebrating, but we go get into that in just a bit. We have a very special section of the pod today that I want to make sure that all of our illustrious Dallas Cowboy fans listen very intently to this pod as we get into that in just a little bit. Just a little teaser right there, but we're going to get into wild card action this weekend. We had six excellent games. Some were shocking in the outcome. Some were, our standard affair for the NFL here. Starting on Saturday afternoon, where the Browns went into Houston, Texas, to face a red hot Houston team coming off winning the division, beating out the Jacksonville Jaguars and making the playoffs under the tutelage of C.J. Stroud and D'Amico Ryans. Guys, round table, what do y'all think about C.J. Stroud's performance? We were talking about it on the last pod. Is he ascended past into that game changer status? And I will say this again, and I will continue to say this. Cam Newton was right.
Cam was right.
Has he ascended to game changer status in your eyes? Corey, I'll start with you this time. Has he ascended to game manager after that performance he put on? Perfect passer rating. Think he threw 3 touchdown passes. Just an all-around performance.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding. He's elevating his teammates. The team itself, they gathered around him. They are uplifting him. He just came into the perfect storm, and no one actually saw this being possible. To be completely honest, we thought that they were going to be a good team that was just going to be trending upwards. But for them to be here already, that's just second to none. And that just goes to show you what good coaching does. That goes to show you what a good front office does. And that goes to show you what a good quarterback does. And they actually have all three.
For sure.
I agree. It looked like, they knew exactly what Cleveland's defense was going to do, that Cleveland's defense was trying to get a lead and get after them. But it just seems that every time they thought Cleveland had an answer for the Houston Texans, Houston would come back with a haymaker. And it was just one of those games where everything seemed to click for Houston in the right fashion. Even on defense, they were able to pick off Joe Flacco, who came back and led Cleveland to the playoffs, being second in the division behind the Ravens, one ahead of us, the Steelers. It just seems like everything clicked for Houston. Terence, what did you see in that game that C.J. Stroud did well that has going to kind of elevate going forward in his career as he prepares for this Sunday or this weekend when he faces a Baltimore Ravens team?
I mean, he's one of the best quarterbacks, in the NFL against zone defense already. So, struggled versus man, but did a pretty good job when Cleveland did go man coverage. But when they play Baltimore, it's going to be a completely different test. Baltimore has one of the best defenses in the NFL, and it's on the road versus at home. So it'll be interesting to see how he handles going on the road. Baltimore is going to be fired up. It's a big opportunity for Baltimore, big opportunity for Lamar Jackson. So I think C.J. Stroud will be fine. His offensive coordinator, Bobby Slovich, is a hot head coaching name right now. He does a great job of scheming guys open, using misdirection, using motion to get guys open. And yeah, remember, they're doing this without Tank Dell, one of their better playmakers. So Stroud is the real deal, man. People said that they made a big fuss about can he read defenses in some type of the test or whatever, the Wonderlic test. But I mean, he's a football player at the end of the day, and he said himself he didn't give a damn about that test. Obviously, he can read the defense, see the field, and he has the arm talent to make throws that some quarterbacks in the NFL can't make. So C.J. Stroud's the real deal. I like what D'Amico Ryans has built in Houston. They nailed it in the draft recently, so Houston's definitely trending up. And do I give him a chance? They slight chance, but like I said, Baltimore's gonna be a different animal, so it'll be interesting to watch on Saturday afternoon.
It will be.
Good
It will be. I
stuff.
think it's a matchup that all of us are looking forward to. Also in the AFC side, we had a very, very cold, and I mean fourth coldest game in NFL history going down in Kansas City. I think it was -4 with the wind chill of -24 by the kickoff time. And that proved to kind of be a determining factor as the Chiefs kind of steamrolled the Dolphins 26-7. The only lone touchdown for the Dolphins coming off a deep bomb to Tariq Hill in his return to Kansas City after his departure last couple off seasons ago. Dre, what did you see from your boy Mahomes? Have they righted the ship here in Kansas City, and can they make a run going forward in the playoffs, or was this a benefit of being in cold weather and them knowing how to navigate the elements going forward?
What I saw is that Kansas City defense is still legit. I think that was their best side of the ball this whole season. There was the most consistent side of their squad this year. Dolphins, you could just tell they wasn't used to the cold, but once again, it goes back to the point that Cam was right. When the moment's bright and you needed your QB to make a play, Tua just can't do it. And for people out there, when Cam was explaining his points about game changers and game managers, at not one point in time was he trying to like down or discredit any quarterback. But you are who you are, and it is what it is. And if you're a Brock Purdy or you're a Tua or even a Jared Goff, when you know you're just a quarterback that needs a lot of help around them, then that's who you are. You need a team because some people like to keep bringing that the NFL is the ultimate team sport. Well, how about we lean on that and say that, yeah, this player, he needs the running game. He needs wide receivers to be able to catch the ball. Because we saw from Kansas City, Travis Kelce was still off. He dropped like 3-4 passes, but they were still able to turn up 26 points. They got their run game to going. So imagine Kansas City was able to catch these passes that Mahomes is actually throwing. But Tua on the other side, he needs everybody to catch the ball. He needs the running game to go, and he had none of that going. And without it, it just showed because that bomb you talk about by Tyreek Hill wasn't really a bomb. That was Tyreek Hill making a play. He broke like 2 tackles and got into the end zone after that. So it wasn't like Tua made a deep throw down the field. I think Miami towards the end of the season they just got exposed a little bit with the injuries. They did lose a lot of pieces on defense. Water was nicked up. You know, Tyreek Hill, he's dealing with a lot of stuff on and off the field with his house, and he's dealing with a little bit of injuries himself. So it was just a perfect storm for Kansas City to play this Miami team to kind of get a good right game. But they're going to have to face a different beast when they go on the road against Buffalo next week.
True that. Dave, any thoughts about Kansas City's performance, Dolphins' performance? Where do the Dolphins go from here? As Dre said, Tua kind of proved again. Cam was right. Without the running game, not doing anything of note in the game at all, and like you said, that one pass catch from Tariq Hill, Tua just really couldn't do anything get done. And then, like you said, a get right game. Rashid Rice seems to be stepping up to be, Mahomes' favorite target. 130 yards, a touchdown. I mean, he's came out of nowhere. Dave, what are your thoughts on the Kansas City game as well?
Well, first off, we're gonna keep saying it and over and over again. Cam was right. I don't know why the media wanted to play a former NFL MVP, a multiple Pro Bowl, All-Pro type player, but that's neither here nor there. Number two, that game should have been on cable. I got Peacock, but that's neither here nor there either. But the Chiefs.
That joint still got 30 mil, bro. That joint still got 30 mil.
It was the most.
That's the crazy part.
Like the most streamed event ever, or like the most
event ever.
Yeah.
They tried to hype the metrics, man. They tried to sell it to you. They're gonna do it again.
They did, but
I think they were giving some type of promo too.
No, they had some good promo around it. But the Chiefs, this is a good get right game that Dre was saying. That's what it ended up being. Miami was already a team going into this game that didn't really do well against teams that had winning records or teams that were leading their division. I mean, the only team that they had beat that was kind of a favorable opponent or a team that's of higher status was that team in Dallas. I'm not going to mention their real name, but that team in Dallas. But yeah, I mean, Miami is not a team that can play in the cold. I don't think they've ever been a team, at least like in the last 20 years, they haven't been a team that's been able to play well in cold weather. So this wasn't much of a surprise to me. I think that the Chiefs had a lot of missed opportunities. They could have won this game by like 30 points. Because they
really could have.
There were drops. There were drives that they kicked like 4 field goals.
Yeah.
Like, so
after that touchdown, it was like field goals after field goal after field goal until the end.
Until the end. Like, so some of those drives could have ended up being touchdowns, but like on third down, sometimes the conversions, they didn't do as well as they probably could have on third down. How they played is not going to really cut it moving forward. I'm really interested to see how Mahomes is on the road in the playoffs, because this will be his first road game ever of his career in the playoffs. So I'm interested in seeing that. But yeah, I mean, like as far as like Miami, they were dealing with a lot. They had a lot of injuries. I think Waddle and Hill had been dealing with injuries like towards the last stretch of the season. The offensive line had like some injuries. They had Bradley Chubb was out for the season. He didn't play on Saturday. So they had a lot of things going on already. And I mean, and going back to the whole game manager thing, like there's nothing wrong with being a game manager. Niggas win Super Bowls off of being a game manager, bro. Like
exactly.
Like you can, even if you start off as a game manager, that don't mean that you can't be a game manager. Like you have to be a game manager for the rest of your career. You can start off as a game manager and end up being a game changer. Hey, like so Abdullah and Travis, remember when Aaron Rodgers first started, like his first year that he actually started a full season? Do you think he was a game changer like right away? Do you think like he probably like really wasn't, right? And like he kind of had to like develop in that. Yeah, but like
solid.
He was solid.
I would say that, like, I think it takes some time to learn how to be that person, right? Like, people got raw ability, and it takes a while to really embrace that, because you got to take the keys to and be like the team has to give you the keys to do that in the first place.
Right.
So, it's something that you got to embrace. I don't think everybody just becomes a game changer right when they step on the field in the NFL.
Yeah, like
I think it's only like maybe like 4 or 5 really game changers.
Exactly.
I mean, the NFL is the one. It's the one league where I feel like they make one position where you have to like come out the game and be like LeBron James. Like I feel like the NBA is like that, whatever, like you come in, you gotta be good or else. But like the NFL, everybody else can wait, everybody else can figure it out. But the quarterback, like you gotta be, that guy from day one.
I totally agree with that, Travis. I totally agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, but like guys, it's just like Cam was saying, a game manager is someone that we're not asking you to win the game. We just asking you not to lose that bitch. We just asking you not to turn the ball over. We just asking you to get it into the playmakers' hands, the skill players. All Tua has to do is just get the ball to Hill, get the ball to Mostert, get the ball to A-Chain, get the ball to the receivers, get the ball to the tight end. That's all you have to do. And we're going to talk about this guy in a minute, but Brock Purdy, that's all he has to do. He just has to get the ball to his better players. That's all you have to do. Like when I'm thinking of like just guys like from back in the day, like so when like I'm not saying this guy's like has been a game manager his whole career, but like think about when Tom Brady first started, like his first
year. That's a perfect example though.
All we just doing is asking you not to lose the bitch. Like that's all we got to do.
Tom Brady, the best game manager.
Yeah, their first 3 rings. Yeah, like IT was just saying.
We're live.
Tom Brady, the best game manager of all time.
All game management. All game.
Now, I'll say he made plays towards the end, but he was still to me, he was still a manager because everybody know his weakness. If that line broke down, he wasn't escaping that shit. So he's not doing like
Thinking
Lamar
Doug
Jackson
Madison.
type thing. Like he wasn't doing Lamar Jackson. He wasn't going to become Mike Vick. Like when that line broke down, like we saw against the Giants, we saw against Philly. Like that's what he. But it's okay though because he learned he can change shit from the game from his hand. He can check down shit like that. But and that's fine. But people just like Dak Prescott, little freaking fanboys on ESPN was just like beside him. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm ahead of myself.
Well, no, I mean, it's
myself.
funny too.
I'm ahead of myself. I'm
There's
ahead of
another
myself.
point about that. Like,
Nah, go ISO, bro. You got it.
No, it's not time yet.
No.
It's not time yet. It's not time yet.
We gonna get there.
We can get there.
Well, I just want to make one point too. Is
It's
that
not
like
time.
people talk about
Yeah.
game managers as it's a
We're
negative.
going to get there. Oh, trust and believe. We're going to get there.
Brad, hold on. Abdullah was speaking, bro.
No, go ahead. No, I was just saying that one point is just that like some of the game changers haven't been great either. You know what I mean? Like Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl, and you could argue that he was a game changer. You know what I mean? So there's positives and negatives to that statement, but people just got in their feelings, and I don't know if it's because Cam was a retired player. I don't know if it's because he was a retired player that people just felt like, oh, Cam doesn't have the legs to say these kind of things, but everything he said was facts.
Yeah,
I think people just got a disdain or there's a stigma about Cam, and it's been since he was playing. I don't know what it is. It may be like the way he dressed or the fact that he's very candid and outspoken about like who he is and what he about in the game and this and that. And I think that kind of led to him also not getting hired for like certain jobs or on certain teams. So I think that's translating to what he's saying in the media. I ain't never had no issue with Cam, unless he was playing against my team. But like outside of that, like I feel like everything he's saying, especially since he's been doing the little podcast thing and this and that, I think he been like on point and he know what he's talking about. Like I don't know why people hate on people who know what they're talking about, who played the game or did the actual thing. Like let them cook. Like unless it's like Kwame Brown or something. But like let them cook.
Hey, but like a quarterback, a guy that played in the league, Cam played for what like 10 years, 10 or 11 years.
Yeah.
And he took a team with literally nobody on offense. We lost our best receiver in preseason in training camp. And he took a offense with no names to the Super Bowl. Like, come on, man. I think he has the classification to talk about this.
Well, it's funny too because they be letting Dan Orlovsky talk all kinds of trash on ESPN.
Yeah, with the whole
him. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That dude can talk and got a platform, but Cam Newton can't say nothing. I mean, it's crazy.
Shit, they used to get that fucking platform to Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna forget. I ain't forget.
Hey, he a game manager though. He a game manager.
Won a Super Bowl off his defense and off game managing, bro.
Hey, but point taken though. Point taken. You could be a game manager and get the job done. Like Trent Dilfer is a prime example of that.
Another one.
You just can't let him cook.
Quarterback in Tampa Bay. Who was the quarterback in Tampa Bay?
Brad Johnson. You're talking about Brad Johnson. Off an elite defense, and Keyshawn Johnson and was Warwick Dunn the running back. He won it off won it off just not turning the ball over. And I actually want to even like Joe Flacco has been a game manager like literally his whole career. When he won the Super Bowl, when he had that Super Bowl run, he was managing the game. Yep. Every game he was managing the game. And just like now, when he made this comeback in the league, he was managing the game. He was throwing all
that Linsanity run game ran over.
He was throwing that
Linsanity shit stopped. That's what happened.
He was throwing a lot of touchdowns, but look at the amount of picks that he was throwing in those games when he first came in. Look at the amount of picks. It wasn't like the ratio wasn't like all that great, right? Like CJ Stroud has like the best ratio between touchdowns and interceptions among all quarterbacks. And I think like in that particular situation on Saturday, you get pressure on Joe Flacco, you make him comfortable, boom, turn the ball over. He can't manage the game anymore.
He is who he is at this age. Joe, you're not gonna get Joe Flacco to turn into nothing but a pumpkin. Like he's not going to, all of a sudden, become like Dan Marino. Like he is what he is. Like he hit the precipice of what he could do. Like and then we fall back to earth. So
yeah.
So we had another game, on I believe it was Sunday. The Rams and the Lions. I know Abdullah and Travis might feel some type of way, but the Lions continue to win games. They continue to prove people wrong. The naysayers wrong. They beat the Rams 24-23. Big win for Lions and their fans. First playoff win in Lord knows how long for that franchise and that organization.
30 years. 30 years.
God bless them.
Yeah, I mean,
so I know their fans are hyped.
They got the Buffs on.
So what do y'all guys' thoughts? It was probably the closest game we had all weekend. It was 24-23. The Rams had a chance late in the fourth quarter to kind of come within a chance of kicking a field goal to win the game. So what are your guys' thoughts? Is Detroit for real? Can Detroit make it to an NFC Championship game this year? Or is this just a nice feel-good win, but then next year
they better not lose to no fucking Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You got to fucking mind. You got your fuck. I mean, first of all, I just want to say that was actually the best game throughout all the wild card games this weekend.
It was.
Haymakers in the first half, and then defense came in the second half, like going back and forth. I was like, finally a good game and shit. Cause everybody else was just blowing everybody off and shit, pause and shit.
Really
but damn, like,
pause.
But I say my pause. I say my pause. I caught myself. But at the end of the day, like legit good game. I still thought the Rams had a chance to pull it out, but. Lions, they actually played good defense towards the end. They held them. They made sure they didn't get that field goal also. Kudos to them. They have fans. Now, see Detroit, that's when you can cry about something. Not when you win a game against Penn State without Harbaugh thinking he's on a T-shirt and shit. When you win a game in 30 years in the playoffs, that's the actual time you can actually start crying about something. But yes, y'all deserve that.
Cry for a white man. That's so weird. It's like some Django shit.
For nothing.
Nothing. I'm like, boy, if you don't pick yourself together, dog, crying over that man.
He reminds me of Django, and I'm like, it just ear the wrong way.
Exactly. Like I said before, Harbaugh ain't Ghost. He ain't Tariq. He ain't John Gotti. He ain't Falcone. He ain't Al Capone. He ain't El Chapo.
But he Tommy though.
He ain't Tommy.
Don't ever disrespect Tommy. Don't ever disrespect that boy Tommy like that. You tried that shit, Trav. You tried that shit, Trav.
He ain't nobody on force. Hey, look, bro. Harbaugh ain't even Julio from the original Power, bro. Get up out of here, man.
Hey, chill.
He ain't Dré from Power.
Taking it back.
He ain't none of them niggas.
He said
dog.
Julio from the original Power.
He definitely Tommy because Tommy run nutty plays and end up fine. Like John Harbaugh has been doing the weirdest stuff and been getting in all this trouble and all these violations. He still get his job. He'll still win like the conference. Like he'll still go to like the bowl games.
Bro, it's called white privilege. What you mean?
That is natty.
Look, man, if Harbaugh stepped to me, I've been just looking at him like, I know you ain't strapped, bro.
He beat the allegations and got a natty.
Oh, that natty gonna be gone. That natty gonna be vacated in 18 months. But we saw the real know what happened on the field. So it's there, here, there. But
it's another Fab Five type situation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. They watching that tape right now. They looking at the tape right now.
They're gonna try to vacate it, but we all saw what happened, bro. Like,
exactly.
Hey, hold on to the tape. Hold on to the tape.
Like I said, he ran nutty plays, bro. Like all them recruiting violations. Like, man, that dude gonna have more charges than that dude who be up to judge. Like for real. So I don't even he might as well just pack up and move to wherever city he about to coach at because it's over there.
He going to LA. He going to LA.
The Rams Lions game. So like Puka had like 180 yards that game, right? And you can make an argument that I don't know if it was like the last drive that the Rams had or the one before, but he got held on that third down play. That should have been
the last drive. Yeah, he got held like shit.
He got held, bro. It's like the Rams should have had a chance to either like take the lead or like try to score a touchdown, and then Detroit would have had to answer back. But I mean, it's a good moment for Detroit. I'm happy for them. First win in 30 years.
Hey man, the game is the game. The Rams know all about holding somebody and to get over.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't.
That's how
that shit ain't happen. That shit ain't happen. That shit ain't happen. They ain't call that flag.
They call it. They ain't call it, bro.
They ain't call it. Fuck the Saints. Fuck the Saints.
They call
it. It is what it is.
But that was a good game, though, man. Like, so Detroit. The only concern I have with Detroit, other than like Dan Campbell's emotional decisions, is the secondary.
Trick plays.
The secondary is kind of toast, bro. Like,
butter toast.
Yeah, like how are they gonna do?
Get shredded.
Like they about to face Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
Mm-hmm.
Like they might.
I don't know, they play in Detroit, right?
They play at Detroit.
Yeah,
they play in Detroit.
They play at Detroit, but still. Yeah, man. Like I don't know, man. I still think the Lions got it, but I don't know, man. I mean,
it's gonna be interesting to see if they like can get over the excitement of winning just one playoff game.
Yeah,
they're celebrating pretty hard over there, and I'm happy for them. To be honest, I was rooting for them. I would have been sad if they lost. I thought it was a great storyline with the two quarterbacks going back to their old teams and playing against each other.
Yeah,
but I was rooting for Detroit because I got friends that are Detroit Lions fans, and I mean, man, they've been going through it for years. So. But now after that, bro. You know what I mean? They were partying like, man, it was the best thing that ever happened to them. So now it's like, you got to come back and regroup and do it again. It's not over. You know what I mean?
Money time.
Like, do they have a dome on there?
They got a dome. Yeah,
they do got a dome.
They got a dome.
Ford Field has a retractable roof that opens and closes. So, yeah.
Is it retractable? Oh, I think
it's closed.
No, it's closed all the time. It's closed all the time, yeah. It's always closed.
Yeah. It's so cold in the
I
deep.
thought it was retractable because if it was retractable, I had that bitch open. Y'all ain't passing shit.
No, I don't even think Detroit I don't even think the team even used to playing outside, bro.
You're right. Golf outside.
This is gonna be a test for Baker Mayfield. We're gonna see if he fall back to earth. You know, because he been balling lately, but like this is his first time actually getting this far and playing against this much pressure.
Yeah,
and you know to get to NFC Championship or get to a conference championship. So I want to see how Baker Mayfield holds up. Now Baker Mayfield cooked them boys. You know,
that Eagles team won't interested in playing football, bro.
They were not interested. They were checked out, man. They've been checked out. I don't know what's going on in that locker room, but I don't know. It must be something in the locker room because
you can definitely tell. You can tell by the energy. It's a locker room situation going on.
They checked out, man. They weren't even tackling. They weren't tackling. They just weren't even doing it. They weren't trying to.
They like
Dré, how you been saying it?
Yeah.
How you been saying it, Dré? Ever since that players only mean something that Jalen said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Jalen was talking about, it's like everybody need to step up. I'm like, nigga, you throwing mad interceptions and fumbling the rock, bro. Like, you get better. What you talking about? Like, may get a little change in his pocket and start acting different.
Ooh.
Hey man. Hey, let my boy Hurts cook, man. He's supposed to be the captain, the leader of the team, you know. So when he say do as I say, not as I do. I need to go ahead and listen.
Well, last time I checked, he probably got more turnovers than Josh Allen, so I don't want to follow that lead.
He looking like a bad game manager right now.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Especially I mean, you see the Eagles happen so quickly.
Yeah, like even AJ Brown didn't play, but he wasn't even with the team. He was at a boxing match. Like he was.
Hey,
when I heard that, I was like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna lose."
He wasn't there.
They're gonna lose.
Yeah.
No,
he wasn't there.
No, he wasn't there. I was like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna lose."
He was Frank Lucas on the side of the ring.
Their chemistry is shot, man. Like, and I just hate for like a guy like Jason Kelce to go out like that, bro. Because like He wanted
was
a better
tough.
like offensive line.
Well, apparently he's not retired. They said that said that they were telling him that he's retired, but he's like, I haven't made that decision yet. So he might come back. I don't know. But maybe that shows there's something off in the locker room if he's retiring or thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of things are just off.
Nick
Sirianni showed like very terrible leadership, not trying to reel that shit, because that shit been happening for like 3 months.
It's really all season.
I put it like this: if you got to change your defensive coordinator mid-season, you got issues, bro. And the defense got worse, and the shit got worse.
It got worse. And check this out. They brought in Matt Patricia, right? Matt Patricia is one of your better cornerbacks. Darius Slay has so much beef with Matt Patricia because of how things ended in Detroit. And you think it's a great idea to bring him in when you got him? Like, nah, man, it was dysfunction all across the room, bro.
It ended.
You don't think Sirianni needs to go to solve the issues?
I mean, it's weird to me because I was surprised that more people were talking about Sirianni leaving than McCarthy leaving, because I thought McCarthy should have been the one for sure that was going to get fired. But apparently it's just so bad in that locker room. And, Philly don't got the patience. Their fans don't got the patience. Exactly. And that's the one fan base that the fans actually can really motivate organization, the top of the organization to actually make moves.
Because they got Peterson out of there.
Yeah, like the way they're sounding, it sounds like they want Sirianni gone.
Yeah,
I mean, it was heavy. They were talking about it, like you said, Abdullah. It was getting more press that Sirianni might be out than McCarthy, which I thought was kind of wild. But like you said, there's definitely dysfunction, as Dré, Dave, and everybody else has said in that Eagles locker room. That you got Jason Kelce, one of the premier going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer at the center position, just already calling it quits. It's something going on in that locker room. The last game we're going to cover before the main event. Unfortunately, my Steelers could not do it on the road up there in the frigid cold of Western New York. The Buffalo Bills beat the Steelers 31-17. BT, I know you've been kind of quiet, but you already have said that Mahomes is going to take care of Buffalo. But I'm interested to see how's Mahomes going to react to having to go to Western New York for the first time, as Dave said earlier, a true road game against Josh Allen. They've played against each other. Now, I think this would be 8 times they played against each other, or 7, one of the two. They know each other. Both the teams know each other. They know their strengths. They know their weaknesses. I know the Bills have fired their offensive coordinator, hired I believe Joe Brady, had been running the ball better over the last couple of weeks. How do you think this game is going to play out this weekend against the Bills in Kansas City in Buffalo this time?
So, like I said in the chat, man, I just think the Chiefs gonna win, bro. I was at work talking to one of my coworkers, and I said, "Yo, until the Bills actually beat the Chiefs, I can't see them beating the Chiefs, bro. Like they don't play each other 3 times, 2 times in the playoffs. They ain't beat them yet. You know what I'm saying? I know they got to go on the road to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? The Chiefs got to go on the road this time, so it's gonna be a little bit tougher. But you was up 3 with 13 seconds left. I don't care if you were at home or on the road, bro. You up 3 with 13 seconds left. And you let a dude take 2 passes and get into field goal range off 2 passes. Like, I'm just at the belief, bro, that you can't beat this team, bro. Until you do it, you can't beat them. You know what I'm saying? I just think Mahomes going to make a play or two that's going to change the game. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be 2 game-changer quarterbacks. I ain't going to say nothing from Allen. Allen is nice, man. You know what I'm saying? But I just think Mahomes is that guy, bro. And until Allen beat him in the playoffs, he ain't gonna do it for me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, to follow up on that point, once upon a time, Peyton Manning's Colts could not get over the hump over the New England Patriots, and the Patriots would just always beat them in the regular season and in the playoffs. And at some point, you just had to get over the hump. And even in that game that the Colts beat the Patriots, the Colts were down 21-3. So I get what you're saying, BT. I think I'm not gonna doubt Mahomes, but I'm just like, yo, it's your first road game. This is kind of different for you. But
now I'm ready to see what he's gonna do, bro.
Yeah. But I mean, the time is now for the Bills, because that window, you can say that
closing.
If they lose this game, that window is shut. That window is shut.
Like I said earlier this year, dog. Like late last year, bro. I was like, yo, this team, if they don't get to at least the AFC Championship game, this team as we know it, bro, that window is done. They gotta change something up. Allen's still gonna be the quarterback, but the core pieces around him gonna be done. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So this is the year you gotta at least get to the AFC Championship game, bro.
I predict that they lose to Kansas City. Diggs is done. I think Diggs will want out of Buffalo as quick as he possibly can if they can't get it.
That's easy.
It's all or nothing.
I think he's out regardless.
You think he's out regardless whether they go all the way, Dre, or if they?
He's been talking like lately, even early in the season. His brother, early in the season, his brother was tweeting about how they need to get him out of there and stuff. I just feel like there's a bad relationship right there. So I feel like no matter what, he's gone.
Yeah, he's going to the NFC.
But something
I can see that as well.
Something's been different about this Bills team, though. Something's been different about this Bills team. Oh, go to Dallas or Stephon to go to Dallas?
He gonna go. Yeah, man. So that
I don't know about that.
Man, I don't know about that.
Nah,
bro.
They
get it.
That's just going to
at one time.
That's just going to piss Stephon even more. That's just going to make him worse.
Got to split.
Yeah,
he got to split. Hell no.
That's gonna make the whole.
I mean, do that so they can implode even more. Do that so they can implode even more. I'm with it. Go ahead. Play with your brother.
Wait, could he come back to DC? I mean,
your brother's cause though.
He could, but you gotta. I think there's something to recognize about the Bills, like from the point where they were 6-6 to now. I think something has changed, and I think it has a lot to do with Joe Brady. It has a lot to do with not putting so much of the game in Josh Allen's hands, because Josh Allen, I think for this moment in time, you need him to be a game manager. You need him to be a game manager, bro. Like, I know he has the potential to be a game changer, but you need him to manage the game. You need him to have James Cook involved. You need him to have I don't know if Gabe Davis is injured still or not, but you need to get your receivers involved. You need to get you need to just manage the offense and not turn the ball over, because you damn sure can't do it against the Chiefs, and you're not going to be able to do it against the Ravens or the Texans or whoever you play down the line. So something is different about this team. I think, just kind of just the reformation on offense. But Josh Allen, you got to be a game manager like this go around, bro. You got to manage the game, bro.
And one more thing,
how Josh
I'm
Allen
ready to see.
Go ahead.
One more thing I want to see, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I ain't gonna go as far as the dude on NFL Network did, bro. He was just on Super Paul stuff. But the Kansas City defense is a whole lot better this year, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to see how their defense is gonna react to Josh Allen this year too.
Because
them cornerbacks they got, bro. Them niggas some dogs, bro. You know what I'm saying?
McDuffie
Still got Chris Jones.
Yeah.
McDuffie, Sneed. Then you got Eric Reed, brother. You know what I'm saying? He good. So yeah.
No, just really following up on what Dave was saying. Like, Allen is gonna have to be a game manager, because we know how it is with him. It's all or nothing. He'll sit there, he'll run across the field, run to the left, run to the right, throwing the ball wherever he want to go, and then next thing you know, it's either gonna be a touchdown or it's gonna be an interception. It's one or the other. Thanks. So it turns into, which Josh Allen are you gonna see? Are you gonna see 2 touchdowns, 3 interception Josh Allen, or are you gonna see 3 touchdowns, 0 interception Josh Allen? So that's what it's going to turn into.
Yep.
And we said that last week when it came to us playing them, and unfortunately we got the Josh Allen that played turnover-free football, made we need to, got the ball where he was supposed to get to it, and that ended up being the result. We gave it our best shot, but Allen was out there making plays, and no disrespect to him, he's a game changer. I am riding with I'm at BT. I'm in that same camp. I am riding with Mahomes. I think Mahomes is just going to come out there and do the magic that he has been known to do to beat Buffalo in Buffalo, and I think he's going to get his first true road playoff win, and then we'll go from there to see if he can get back to the Super Bowl. But now we've got to talk. It is time. I need the entire state, minus Houston, of Texas to come forth and explain this shit that happened on Sunday afternoon at around 4:30 in a place called Jerry Road down in Dallas.
I was told a lie.
I want to know what happened. So I'm actually going to give this over to Travis and Abdullah. Y'all take it over. What in God's green earth fucking happened in that game?
What y'all don't know is it was a cold front that came through, in Dallas. So when that happened, that just gave me, Super Bowl 2010 vibes when the blizzard happened and we won there. So I mean, I think it was a perfect storm. Like as I said, like we played good. Defense played above and beyond. And I think like I said, we always show up for the Cowboys. They're a front running team. If they get down or they get behind, they can't really do much. And like we never lost in Jerry World. I mean, Aaron Jones always plays good against them. So I think either they were looking past us or what, but we came to play.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, the biggest thing I remember hearing from everybody talking about the game before it started was that if the Packers' only chance of winning is if they started fast. And what I was kind of saying before the call started was kind of like the Packers are playing with house money. They weren't really expected to be here, so they're playing loose when they got up. And after that Jair pick, it's like, hey, man, like we can actually do this thing. We're going to run them out the building. And they've been there and done it before. So it's like, if this is what they've done in the past, like, why couldn't they do it again? It's a young team. When I came on this pod with y'all at the beginning of the year, I was like, they got talent, but they're just young. I feel like they're starting to kind of put things together at the end of the season. And the thing about Dallas is we talk about game managers, and game managers can't really win ball games when you're behind 14 points. So Dak was really trying to force things. You saw that pick six at the end of the first half. It's him trying to make a play, and that was a killer. You know what I mean? So that's the definition of a game manager. If they're up, Dak can do it all day, which is why we've seen Dallas either blow out teams or get blown out. So that's kind of why I saw what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I was told a lie. I was told a lie.
You were lied to, Corey.
I was lied to.
Hey, man, the Cowboy fans been lying for 20 years, bro.
Somebody told a lie one day.
I was told this man was all pro. I was told he was top 3. I was told he was a game changer. I was told so many lies. I am hurt. I am distraught. I was
bamboozled. He was hoodwinked.
When we talking about game managers, Dak Prescott should be in the dictionary for game manager. You know what I mean? Like, he is actually the epitome of what a game manager is. And I think we all could talk about how he could be considered, at the bottom of the top 10 quarterbacks. Like, he's kind of nice still. But
yes,
he's not making any kind of throw. Did we see any down field throws in that game? We saw maybe like 3 or 4. Like, we didn't really see any crazy throws being made. Love made all the crazy throws we saw in that game.
Yeah.
So if we gotta compare and contrast, and you look at it like, Jordan Love finally has, like, he's finally given the tools to succeed. When he was at Utah State and he didn't have an O line, he was looking like, a chicken with his head cut off, trying to make plays happen, run around, throw off platform. But now he's got the structure. He's got the coaching. He sat behind Aaron Rodgers. He's got the intuitiveness of how to handle the game and how to run through.
Yeah, I give y'all credit. I give y'all organization big credit for what y'all did, because not only did y'all did it once, y'all did it twice, where y'all picked a quarterback and y'all gave him time to mature, nurture, watch the game, see what it's like on the field and everything. And then, it might be some rough bumps, like when you put him in the first game, but he's going to pick that game up faster than any other quarterback because he's seen it. He's not throwing to the fire right away. So, he got, like, Jordan Love, he had some growing pains towards the middle of the season. But like I said, that last month and some change, you saw the growth, like, okay, like, he was really starting to deal towards the end of the season. I think one episode we thought y'all was going to win out, and I forgot who y'all lost to. It was still a surprise to us, but outside that one loss, y'all was killing everybody. So
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, down back in Mayfield, full eyes.
Yeah, so, but that's a playoff team. That was a team that made it to the playoffs. So, like, outside that, it's like he was out there doing work. So, I think, like y'all said in the preview episode, I think y'all really got something with this kid.
And to be honest, the Packers lost 8 games this year, but 5 of those 8 games they lost by under 5 points. So like they weren't like getting blown out. They were in close games. They came down to the last drive, and we saw a little bit of those mistakes from Jordan Love at the earlier part of the season against like the Raiders. There was one other game I remember he threw a late pick, but at the same time, man, like he's really coming to his own. And I wasn't even the biggest supporter of Jordan Love. I'll be honest. At the beginning of the season, I wasn't super high on him, but he's really proven me wrong. And yeah, I think you got to give it up to the organization because ultimately, teams that have good organizations can put the people in the right places. So,
we literally have heat culture in the NFL. They call it heat culture in the NBA. Like we got that in the NFL because like the way that we draft, develop talent, the way we evaluate, like every skilled player has to have a certain amount of athletic score rating for us to even look at them. And so when you look at this guy, you're like, it's a 6th-round pick from Cleveland State playing right tackle, and he's all pro. Where'd he come from? And it's like we scout, we have a way of doing
example, Dontavian Wicks, 5th rounder from Virginia, balling out of control, rookie.
Exactly.
So
I'll say Matt LaFleur can coach.
He can.
Yeah.
And I think we got proof of that this year because before it was always kind of like, is it him or is it Rodgers? Kind of like the same thing with Belichick and Brady. You just never know because both the quarterback and the coach get a lot of credit. This year, he's earning his stripes.
You could actually see his offense because when he first got there, that was the whole thing with like Aaron Rodgers let him run his offense. He's got some RPOs in there. Aaron Rodgers can't run, this and that. So it was modified. Now the whole playbook and everything he wants to do can happen. And if you watch the film and you watch the tape, you kind of get mad because you see the same route trees being ran, and you see Aaron Rodgers holding the ball, waiting for Devontae Adams to get open and try to throw some crazy pass that doesn't happen. Where you watch the same route tree being ran in front of Jordan Love, and he goes 1, 2, 3. Back, boom, and he runs the concepts. He does it, and so that's why I was excited at the beginning of the season because I was like, "Oh, we get to see the real offense and somebody who actually gonna run it instead of saying, oh no, we're gonna run what I want to run." So.
I think I heard something today that every Green Bay starter on offense, like skilled players, quarterback, is either a rookie in their 2nd year or their 3rd year.
Yeah, they're the youngest team in the NFL. They're the youngest team to make the playoffs in 30 years or something. Their average age is 25 years old. And that's the thing that's scary about it because when I thought they were gonna be able to do what they're doing now next year, I didn't think it'd be this year.
Right. Like them boys can't even rent cars.
They really can't.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, they can't. Nah. The offensive players cannot, man. A bunch of rookies and first years.
They really can't rent cars.
Their whole receiving core, their tight ends, their receivers, all of them are 1st year or 2nd year.
Yeah.
So we went in there and we cooked them boys up, man. I knew it, bro.
You keep the line.
I knew it.
Can I ask y'all a question? What do y'all think about the McCarthy situation and Dallas? What should Dallas do?
He gotta go, bro.
Is it Dak or is it McCarthy or is it both of them?
Well, McCarthy's staying. They already said he's staying.
I know that. I'm not saying that. I'm asking y'all what you think they should have done.
But Jerry didn't want to go through a coaching search. It was obvious. He going to give him one more year.
This is the best year to do it. You got Vrabel, Belichick, Harbaugh.
I know, but this is Jerry who we're talking about.
Yeah, true.
Jerry,
we
made that man cry. We made that man cry on TV. I seen a grown white man cry on TV, bro.
Hey man, he was
coked up, man. He was coked up.
I just want to know what he said when he turned after y'all scored that touchdown. I want to know what he said to the box.
He said the hard.
Yeah, I want to know what he said.
He said the hard ER
came out.
He said he ain't say Noah's name. He ain't say Noah's name.
He didn't say they said.
It was the hard ER.
Yeah.
He took that shit back
motherfucking niggers.
that shit back to the 50s.
You got to think. That's strategic. Cause when's the last time you even seen Jerry Jones turn around after a bad play? He never done it. He never done. But in that particular moment, he had to. Cause he know if he did it, you thought that pick of him at Arkansas was gonna be bad.
The camera time was
Jerry. You not beating these allegations.
Man, I wish a mic was in there, a hot mic.
And the camera caught it perfectly. As he turned around, I was like, "Oh, buddy, like he's a lot of M-bombs trying to drop."
Yo, I got a few things. I got a few things to get off about this game, though. My fault, bro. I got a few things to get off about this game. Number one, I gotta apologize to Jordan Love, bro, because I made fun of Jordan Love on the Who's the King of the North episode. I'm sorry, bro. I wasn't familiar with your skill set like that back then. I apologize. I think, man, watching him from maybe the Thanksgiving game against the Lions to now, he's really he's been cooking. He's slinging that thing. He looked like a young Aaron Rodgers on. Pause. My bad. I got carried away. That was crazy. But
that was real crazy.
That was real crazy, son. Go ahead.
But he looked like a young Aaron Rodgers from back in the day, man. It's like the way he was throwing the rock, bro. I was doing it.
That's right, Dave. Catch yourself. Catch yourself.
But tell me why, bro. But tell me why that on Sunday, how come I got bet? How come that Cowboys secondary coverage? How come my phone at homecoming had better coverage than they did on Sunday, bro?
Come on,
how did that happen?
Come on,
I'm telling you, man.
They never had a secondary system.
Guys I never even heard of. Musgrave? Who
bro, I'm telling you,
I never heard of
team.
Dontavius Hicks. How are these guys? They are 30, 40 yards wide open.
Bro, I'm telling you, I was telling this. I was watching the game with a Cowboy fan, and I told him before the game, I'm like, the one part that people are underestimating is the wide receiver core, because they're just young. That's why you don't know them, but they're good. I'm telling you, these kids can play. Like they
run 4-3s and 4-4.
Yeah, and Watson hasn't even been playing. The guy who might be the best one hasn't even been playing.
It was one play, one decision that I seen Jordan Love do, and I was like, oh yeah, he's different. He is different. It was that the mistake on the handoff. It was supposed to be either it was a play action or it was actually supposed to be a run play altogether. The defense was collapsing. He pulled the ball back and it was a broken play. He saw I forgot which receiver it was downfield. Caught him all the way open downfield, about 30 yards downfield.
Dubs was open every play.
It was Dob.
Yeah, he was open.
Dob was open all game long, bro.
All game. They couldn't. He had like 160 yards or something like that.
I'm like,
he was CBS.
I'm like, it would be that guy and nobody around him. Like,
yeah, I mean, it was. No, it was clear. There was a reason why people were talking about Dan Quinn possibly getting a head coaching job before that game, and all those talks have been quieted. You know what I mean? Because there were so many people wide open. I know, even though I'm talking about this receiving core being really good, their defense did not come to play at all as well. I mean, they had people wide ass open.
I love this. I love this. I can't wait.
I hear DeRon Bland's name get called at all. The only time I heard his name called was the starting lineup. That was it.
DeRon Bland.
That was it.
Bland overrated. Bland's having a great year, but I think he's overrated. He's having a great year, but I think he's overrated.
But to that point, like Shannon Sharp was saying on First Take, if Cowboys are not getting pick sixes and fumbles to score touchdowns, what are they? What are they for real? When DeRon Bland is not
waiting to happen.
When DeRon Bland is not getting pick sixes, what is he? What is he?
Average corner.
Like somebody said, they're a bunch of front runners. Their defense is built to get up and get a lead and then unleash their speed package, which is a bunch of small guys who play defensive and play DN and play offensive and play outside linebacker that get after your quarterback. As Travis and Abdullah said, when they got down and they get behind, they're not built to do that when you got a 205-pound linebacker. I'm going to run the ball at him. Like, you're not going to be able to stop me running the ball if your linebacker is 205 pounds at the middle linebacker spot. Like, it's just not.
That's why
like,
they talked about Micah Parsons was ineffective. That's why Micah Parsons was ineffective.
Like
he was nowhere.
It's not going to work. And I noticed that the entire year, like the second half of the year, people started calling out on it. And I was like, you got a point. Their defense is too small. You're a front-running defense that only is effective when you're up. But when you're behind, you don't have the thumpers at the linebacker position to make those big hits, to make those game-changing plays. Besides Micah Parsons, the rest of the defense is sometimes ineffective, and you don't even know who they are out on the field without him being lined up on the outside and making some miraculous play. But
it's a good point, considering
all they're talking about went away.
No, it's a good point. I mean, the besides the first 3 plays that were negative plays for Green Bay, after that, Aaron Jones gashed them left and right.
Yeah.
He had the most rushing yards out of any running back over the playoff weekend, I think. So, I mean, their defense wasn't it, and it does show that when they win big. But it's also because of what you're saying. They got a game manager on offense, and they come guns blazing on defense. But if they actually have to play a competitive game, it's been the other way around, and that's why against the good teams they've gotten waxed.
And I don't know what was going on before the game or in the first quarter, but Dak and CD were beefing. I don't care what nobody say. They were beefing about something.
Yo, my friend that was a Cowboy fan, he said the same thing. He was like, I don't know what's going on, but the energy is off with them.
Even Greg also was like, yeah, something's just off right now. And I'm like, shit, yeah, he's got a point.
He pointed it out. Yeah. I was like, that it was one pass I think Dak threw, and it was either behind CD or he overthrew him. And CD just turned and looked at it, and I was like,
the third one.
That
same one.
Something ain't right. And I'm like, he said something to him on the sideline, and the camera cut away, and I'm like, yeah, something going on. Somebody said something to either one, and something ain't right going on.
But it's like I said the last episode, man. Like the Cowboys, every time they have a playoff game, it's a pressure cooker because they have this immense amount of pressure on them to get back to what they were in the 90s. They haven't gone to the conference championship game in 25 years, 30 years or whatever.
Fuck them.
We talk about teams that haven't won playoff games in 30 years. They don't have the same amount of pressure that the Cowboys do because they're America's team. Or
hey,
if you will.
Are they?
I'm gonna say it like Cameron said.
Are they?
Say it like Cameron said. Cameron said what they got to do. They got to let Coke come back in the locker room. If Jerry let Coke come back in that locker room, they might be able to do something.
They got to get the White House. They got to get the White House back. I'm not talking about the one
Cocaine Cowboys.
They got to get the White House back.
The South America scene.
White House, bro.
Cocaine Cowboys.
Hey, but Trav, America's team is 7-4, man. That's what I'm declaring right now. Yeah, America's team is 7-4.
I believe.
Come on.
Yeah.
You already know. I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But living here in Dallas, bro, it just be funny because I came to work today, trolling like the mud. I had all my stuff on, like, hey, bro, like, what happened? They had no words. No words. Silence. Silencio in Spanish.
They had no words.
No, I was disappointed, man, because I was looking forward to a good game, and man, it was 27-0. I'm like,
fuck them,
man.
It's a great game.
Fantastic game. It was over quick.
The game went left real quick. That's all I have to say.
Trey said, "Fuck them." That's crazy.
I'm in the chat begging for them to take the points. I was begging for them to take the points. Like, look, just take the points, man. God.
I was gonna say, I was like, take the points. And I was like, you didn't take the points. Okay, well, all right, McCarthy. You know,
hey, I was surprised. I was surprised y'all in North Carolina was able to watch that. Didn't they ban Pornhub in North Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh,
yeah. Hey yo.
Didn't they ban Pornhub in North Carolina? How are y'all able to watch that on Sunday, bro?
They're supposed to have that game blurred out.
You really do.
I mean, the way the Packers had them gripping the sheets, you thought, yeah, shit.
All I seen was sheets gripping and tears.
Hey.
No balls.
Wow.
Hey, yo, y'all niggas on one, bro.
Everybody said their piece. I'm ready to go. Everybody say their piece because it's time. Because fuck all this shit.
Go ahead, Iso, clear out. 4 low.
Clear out, yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
He hit the top of the key.
Hey, Corey, you got that request I sent you, bro?
All right, hold on real quick.
I just want to say, what I'm about to say, it's not for everybody that's from Dallas Nation. Chris,
I think I already got it up here.
Chris, this is not for you. You're a good one. I ain't got nothing to say to you because you know what's real. Davon, what's up? This ain't for you. You keep it real. My cousin Nikki, this ain't for you. You keep it real.
I ain't got that one up here.
Chantel, this ain't for you. You keep it real. But for all you other motherfuckers out there, I'm talking about the Cowboys and the DMV, the one that want to be texting me, the one that want to be in my inboxes, the one that wants to get on my Instagram, everybody that wants to send me some bullshit while I'm in Ghana, enjoying my holiday, enjoying my ancestor, enjoying my ascension. This shit, what I got to say, is for y'all bitch ass niggas. Because enough is enough. It's time to come. Can we turn that up a little bit? If not, I'm gonna just acapella this joint. First of all, I don't really got that much beef with the Cowboys organization. They're a stand-up organization. I can't front. It's y'all bitch ass fans though. I can't stand y'all motherfuckers though. It's y'all fucking fans. It's not even like the actual fans in Dallas. It's everybody around that fucking city that gets on my goddamn nerves. How many times do y'all have to go through this for y'all to keep coming back the next year and say, this is our year? Fuck y'all year. Fuck y'all season. Fuck everything y'all thought y'all was going to do. On that, here we go. Yeah, here y'all go to the couches with y'all bum asses. Like, the audacity of these fans, man. It's like they got the confidence of Tom Brady Patriots fans, but the playoff resume of the Cleveland Browns. Y'all ain't got shit to be talking that noise y'all be talking. The fuck wrong with y'all, man? Like, your team trash, Dré. Y'all ain't been to the NFC Championship just like us, so what are we talking about? What success do y'all really live on? Houston made a whole new team, and they got more playoff wins than y'all. Baker Mayfield was on his 4th team. He got as much playoff wins as Dak. Joe Burrow, new QB, got more wins than Dak. Like, what the fuck, man? But y'all swear by this dude though. Patrick Mahomes not black enough. Last thing I know, he's still on business for the black people. Where was y'all quarterback doing that commercial? Matter of fact, where was the Dallas Cowboys player doing that commercial to the NFL? Knowing so much why y'all got confused on who y'all really are. Bum ass bitches, man. But what do you expect from motherfuckers that represent Jerry Jones and Candyland? Man, up there like Leonardo DiCaprio and shit. Ain't make no goddamn sense, man. But y'all talk the most shit, and for what? And for what though? Y'all getting on Cam's nerves because y'all got Dak cheerleaders on ESPN talking about he ain't done this, he ain't done that. Cam Newton won a college football championship. What did Dak do at Mississippi State? Not shit. Dak went to a Super Bowl in the NFL, won an MVP. What has Dak done? Not shit. Y'all keep pooping this belly up because he be beating teams in the NFC East. But what can he do outside the division? And before y'all even go there, y'all say, well, Tom Brady did too. But guess what? Tom Brady beat teams that were good outside his division too when that shit was weak. Y'all just sorry as hell as a fan base. Let's just be all the way honest. Sorry ass motherfuckers for real, man. Y'all did all 12 wins, not good enough. Y'all went 13 wins, y'all can't do that shit. I remember one season they got 14 wins. Still nothing. And for some reason, y'all just keep getting worse and worse when it comes to these playoff games. I'm disappointed I even turned that shit on. Can't believe this shit, man. Sorry ass organization, man. Sorry ass fan base. Sorry ass team. Y'all think y'all want to talk about y'all stay was not even in DC. Y'all shit ain't in Dallas either, bitch ass motherfucker. So what we talking about? But my bad. If y'all don't go to Dallas, y'all wouldn't know that because apparently a lot of Dallas fans haven't even been to Dallas. I frequent that motherfucker. I know Dallas fuck with me more than y'all niggas.
Kurt Lee.
Shout out to Kurt Lee.
Kurt Lee, that's on the G, folks.
Kurt Lee.
Like, It's got to be a sad day when I'd rather get 2 Texas quarterbacks rather than get Dak on the payroll. Fucking kidding me, man. Oh, Dak threw for 32 touchdowns. What the fuck he do against San Francisco? What he do against Detroit? What he do against Miami? Not a goddamn thing. Buffalo, trash. And y'all brought a good point about DeRon Bland. What was his pick sixes on? Trash teams, right? Teams that weren't going nowhere, right? Where was he against the 49ers getting cooked by IU? Where was he against the Miami Dolphins?
Hold on, let me chime in real quick, Dre.
Hold on. I'm not done yet. You get your turn. I'm not done with these niggas yet. Because this is personal. If it's just the Saints, I'll let you cook. This is personal. Because me, I'm chilling, trying to enjoy my NFL Sundays, and these bum-ass niggas want to keep texting my phone. Keep texting, we them boys this, we them boys that. Where y'all boys at now? Where y'all boys at right now? Looking pathetic.
Lost boys. The Lost Boys.
They're not even good enough to be the Lost Boys. Fuck them. Sorry ass fan base, man. Can't stand them motherfuckers, man. Every year to get hyped up, just to get disappointed. Couldn't be me, man. All that talent wasted for what? And Jerry Jones like 81 years old. That man could beat the race allegation, but he ain't gonna beat y'all sorry ass allegations over there, boy. I try to tell y'all right now. And matter of fact, Michael Parsons, I invite you on this show because apparently you do more work on your pods than you do on the field. Because swear you was a liability on that field on Saturday or Sunday. They told me he was the next Lawrence Taylor. Why they lie to me, Corey? Why they lie to me?
They meant Taylor Lawrence. They meant Taylor Lawrence Thomas.
They told me he was going to be the next Reggie White. Why they lie to me, y'all? That man's just a juiced up wannabe NFL line. He's just the rock that had the opportunity to make it in the league, bro. That's what Michael Parsons is, bro. That's all he really is, man. Enjoy yourself. I guess you got enough time to talk about other people on your podcast, but I want you to remember this if you hear this. Spend more time in the gym. Spend more time watching film and less time trying to bump up your trash-ass quarterback from people telling you the truth about your trash-ass quarterback. Dak's not him. He's never going to be him. He was never him. When I see your quarterback getting beat up at the beach, that should have told you what kind of person you're dealing with. He's not that guy. Fuck Dallas. Fuck the Cowboys fans, except for the few I named. Y'all exempt for this shit. But all y'all, fuck y'all Christmas. Fuck y'all New Year's. I hope y'all don't flourish in 2024.
Golly.
Get the fuck out my face with that shit. Enjoy the projects. I hope you're ready to watch some real football because that's what we actually get to see this weekend. I'm done.
Hey, man.
Let me follow this up real quick.
Hey, go ahead.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, because like I said, they lied to me. They told me that Dakota Prescott was better than Cameron Jarrell New. I just pulled in some stats because Dré said something that just didn't sit right in my heart. Dak led the league in touchdowns this year. How many did he have?
32, I guess.
32, I believe.
32, 33. Cam's not a passing quarterback, but his MVP season, he had more touchdowns passing. So who's like we always approach touchdowns as being the quarterback stat that people want to live up to. That in your passing yards. Dak done, I think he done like 4,100. Cam done 38. 38 and 35 touchdowns. So you really telling me a running quarterback had a much better season than you, but you want to try to say that he's a better quarterback? Okay. That's all I got to say. Just put something in motion real quick.
You can't listen to Jason McIntyre, bro. He's just a dweeb on Colin Coward's show, bro.
Hey, look, man, don't even get me started on FS1. Or who I like to call fools and suckers one.
Fuck Skip Bayless.
Who can you other than Troy Taylor? Who do we fuck with on there?
Nobody.
Who do we fuck with on there?
Nobody.
But look, man. A wise man once said, "It's not what they call you. It's what you answer to. And
Come on,
Dak
man.
answers to being a game manager, and when it comes to the playoffs, a subpar quarterback. And I'm interested to see what the narrative is on Dak moving forward, because how the hell are you going to prop him up and put him on a pedestal after this? How are you going to be able to do it?
Hey, he's all pro.
They're going to find a way. They're going to find a way.
I don't care if he.
As long as Dominique Foxworth working at ESPN, he's going to have a prayer.
I don't care.
He's on America's team. They're going to find a way.
Dak can get 60 touchdowns in the regular season next year. Okay, what happens in the playoffs? That's all that matters. That's all that matters. That's all.
He can have the greatest statistical season ever next year. And my question to Cowboys fans would be simple: what is he going to do come early January, late December, early January? That will be my question. Because if he can't do that in early January in the playoffs, I don't want to hear it.
And Brad, what did I always say? What I say twice on this show this year? I was like, we not going to be undisputed. We not going to be first take. We not going to force ourselves to talk about the fucking Cowboys until it really matters. And what happened? And what did I say last episode? I say they should. This year, they should at least make it to the NFC Championship game.
You said it.
They should.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they had
when it was money time, when it was time to put money on the table, they ain't collect.
They would have
somebody in Vegas lost.
They would have had 2 home games.
Somebody in Vegas lost.
This was the year to do it. This was the year to do it. They would have had 2 home games. Mm-hmm. This was the time to do it. You had won the division. You had got the 2 seed. You would have had to see the 49ers not in the wild card, not in the division, but in the NFC Championship, where you haven't been since January of 1996. And this was the year to do it. And look what happened. Jordan Love and the Packers came and said, "Hey, fuck all that shit, bro." Yeah, Packers came in and said, "Fuck all that shit."
But speaking of Jordan Love's been the best quarterback, I think, the last 6 or 7 games of the season. You look at his stats. And it's sad because we're talking about not us, but ESPN has been talking about Dallas losing for 3 days in a row. Get over it. They're fucking losers, bro. Let's talk about Green Bay, man. Let's get back to Jordan Love.
Let's talk about anything else. That's what I hate about Undisputed. Undisputed will have 3 different blocks talking about the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm like,
we all know why. We all know why. Because of who they got on the show.
And I'm getting tired of getting Ernestine to shoot them down videos of him throwing shit in the trash can just for him to take them bitch ass shits out. Like, stop
the cap. Stop
that shit.
I'm like, come on, bro.
Your wife, who don't even watch sports, should not be tortured for you to keep doing these bum ass videos. First of all, your gear looks dusty as hell. I can tell you got that shit when it was still Roger Staubach days and shit. Like, damn, my boy, get a new Nike joint, bro. Like, god damn, we elevated in this motherfucker and shit. But boy, like, Skip,
he be having
that's why your show's been some shit ever since Shannon left, bro. Your show don't even come on my little algorithm for YouTube no more, bro. Cause my YouTube knows the real, bro. They know to keep that bullshit away from me, man.
But yeah,
I don't want to see a bunch of football niggas talking hoops either.
Facts. But go ahead, T.
Now I got a question for Abdullah. So fuck the Cowboys, man. We're done with that shit. Moving forward, how does Green Bay match up versus San Francisco in your opinion?
Good question.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know how well they stack up against them. I mean, the one thing about San Fran is that they got playmakers everywhere. So testing this defense is going to be tough. I think you guys we talked about it a little bit. You got to attack Purdy. You got to get Purdy like off his game because, he does lead that team essentially. He's game managing. So if you can get him to throw a few picks, get him in situations where he got to throw the ball, not really relying on CMC so much. I feel like that's going to be their best chance to win because unfortunately Green Bay got a young secondary. They do got Jair, but the rest of the secondary is, relatively young. Darnell Savage is pretty good. But
shout out to Merlin.
Yeah, right. But offensively, I think Green Bay can hang. I mean, they're playing against a really good defense too, but Love has been playing really, really well. So when you got a guy who has potential to be a game changer, we don't know what he's going to be, but he has potential. He's playing really, really well, making plays, capitalizing on third downs. I think the bigger question is, can Green Bay stop the San Francisco offense? That's my biggest concern. I don't know what y'all think, but I don't know if I'm biased, but that's my opinion on that.
I mean, if Green
You're
Bay
not the only
can
one that's got to
jump,
answer that question in the playoffs.
What's that?
I was saying you're not the only one that's got to answer that question in the playoffs, because we know what that offense can do when you have Christian McCaffrey, you have Ayuk, you have Kittle, you have Debo. We know the name.
Fuck
You have
Debo.
Trent Williams in the offense.
Talk that shit, BT.
Fuck that nigga, bro.
That part.
Fuck that
so you know what you got on the offensive side. So it's like, I think every team's got to answer that question: is how do you slow that team down? Like, who do you take away? Who is the key cog? I think everybody tries to assume that you try to take away Christian McCaffrey, which if I was a defensive coordinator, that would probably be my first thing: is take away the running game. Make Brock Purdy be one-dimensional. Like, okay, I'm not going to allow Christian McCaffrey to run all over me. Now, if he catches the ball out the backfield, great, but I'm going to force you to have to throw the ball 30, 40 times to make you throw into a mistake. That's how I would go about it. And make him throw into somewhere he doesn't want to throw.
And I would say, like, not just, making sure we take the easy routes away, like the easy plays away, because the one thing, unfortunately, that people struggle with, the reason why San Fran is so dangerous is because if you do stop Christian McCaffrey in the run game, he's such a threat in the passing game too, because him one-on-one with these linebackers, I mean, it's not even really that close, right? So I think that's the biggest thing, is trying to take away those easy kind of plays for him and make Purdy make those tough plays, those tough passes downfield, and see if he can actually make them. I mean, it's going to be a tough. Look, there's a reason why Green Bay was underdog by 10 points earlier this week. I mean, I think it dropped down to 9, but there's a reason why. Now, obviously, Green Bay was underdog 7.5 points at Dallas and won by 30. So it's possible. But I will say, there's not too many perfect strategies to kind of stop them. I feel like the best way, I would agree, is trying to stop the run and making Purdy make more tough throws if you can.
So how many do you think they should put in the box?
I mean, I'd stack the box quite a bit, because I even though I do think the secondary is kind of young, I just feel like it's the only option you really have. If you try to play it safe, they're just gonna gas you off rip. And I feel like you gotta be risky here. I mean, like I said, they're playing with house money, so you might as well go all out. No one's expecting you to do shit. I mean, as much as everybody's loving the Green Bay story right now, but no one really thinks they're gonna win. So if no one's betting on you, just go out and do what you think. Do your thing.
Let it
see what
ride.
happens. So I mean, I'll probably try to put a lot in the box. You know what I mean? I put 8 in the box.
Yeah, it's honestly not far-fetched for like the Packers to go into San Francisco and win, because I mean, I think the formula is to keep the 49ers offense off the field. I think I just find it kind of tough to be able to slow them down as far as scoring. And as far as like the Packers defense, you have to force Brock Purdy to be very uncomfortable. I think that's the key part of it. When game managers are uncomfortable, they can't manage the game. So, like you like you said, you're playing with house money. Throw some blitzes in there. Don't take some risks.
You got to throw a lot of looks at him.
Sometimes you may fall on your ass and take a risk. Sometimes it may work out. So sometimes you may take that blitz. You can, and it can be. I'm sure Kyle Shanahan will gauge it early. You take some risk early. It pays off, okay, maybe I'll do it again. If it doesn't pay off, okay, maybe not. I'll try something else. So,
if they can get a lead, you know what I mean? If they can get a lead, that's really going to change the whole dynamics. What they did in Dallas, they got a lead, and then Dallas didn't know what the fuck to do. They couldn't really throw the ball downfield, and all of a sudden it was all she wrote. So if they can kind of do the same thing here, I mean, because look, the one thing I will say is that we've seen teams that get that bye week and they kind of struggling to wake up. Right, the teams that come in. I mean, this reverse effect 2 years ago, was it 2 years? 2 or 3 years ago, when San Fran ran through Dallas and then ran through Green Bay when Green Bay had a bye, and it was in Lambeau and everything. You know what I mean? So how can we could flip the script here? You know, that's my thing. It's like, look, maybe there'll be a sleep at the wheel for the first quarter. If you can get a couple scores in, jump to a good lead, we'll see what goes from there.
Yeah.
Real quick, look at the offense that San Fran does run. How often do they go downfield? Like really deep downfield? Because I know that like we talk about Debo, we talk about Christian McCaffrey. A lot of their offense actually starts in the backfield.
Yeah, you're talking about how often do they throw downfield?
Yeah,
they don't. They don't
take a
that
shot
much.
occasionally.
It's not that often.
Like
so
if
I feel like that's y'all key right there.
Mm-hmm. You really gotta focus IU because Debo is great across the middle. Debo is great of making plays happen when he has the ball in his hand, but you don't really see Debo catching a lot of passes like straight downfield, like just straight.
That's IU
or something like that.
That's
IU, right? So you got to really
10 yards and back.
Exactly. So my thing is like you want to take away as much of that short field stuff as possible. Now, what I'm saying. Like I'm also saying, take it away, but I already said take away the run, take away CMC, take away Debo. That's a lot of things to try to take away. You know what I'm saying?
No,
so
honestly,
it's hard. This is a hard task for them to do. Yeah, it's a hard task for them to do.
And we still ain't got the Kittle yet. So
exactly.
Yeah. I was about to say that the one thing that I've always heard people say that you got to do, and we say it in every game. Every person says it. It's cliche, but it's true when it comes to the 49ers, especially. You have to be a sound tackling team. Look at what Debo does after he gets the ball in his hands. Look what Christian McCaffrey does after they get the ball in their hands. Like y'all said, they're not catching the ball 15 yards down the field. They are catching the ball 7-8 yards and then taking it 18, 19 yards.
And that's the bend, don't break kind of situation, right? Like you got to be able to not break. You got to be able to just hold on, play another down. You know what I mean? Live to play another down.
Y'all may have to match up, man.
I mean, I would. I think it's risky, and that's the thing. Like we said, it's just a ballsy strategy, but I feel like it's the only strategy that has the opportunity to win. So
yeah, because I don't like zone against their offense.
What's up?
Exactly.
I don't like zone.
Zone against their offense is not going to work.
I think you got to do what the Ravens did. And like you man up on them, and then like Ravens is a good tackling team.
Yeah,
like it was no yak. It was like as soon as they caught the ball, it was like okay, you get 5 yards, but you're not breaking this up for 25. Like that's what
that's the difference. You look at the Ravens D and see what they got on D. You're like, hey, Packers don't got that. And so, you're like, I'm gonna call spade a spade.
They catch the ball for 3 yards. He's tackled. So, Abdullah, real quick, give us a score prediction real quick. What do you think is going to happen?
Damn. Man, I don't like to pick against them. You know what I mean? But like I always try to call it fair and straight. I feel like it'll probably
you can root for your team because y'all actually be about shit like some other team.
I feel like it'll be closer. No, it'll be closer than what people think. You know what I mean? I think they cover. If I'm like a betting man, I think they cover. I don't think they get by more than 10. I'm gonna say 34 to 26. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I see like a 7-point win by the 49ers. Yeah.
I think it'll be close. I think it'll be a hard fought game. I don't know if they got it.
I see y'all making it competitive as well.
Yeah.
23-30. I get it.
It's gonna be close, man. I think it's
gonna be closer than what people.
It's gonna be a good game than it's gonna be a better game than what the experts think.
Yeah, I think all the games gonna be good this weekend. So
yeah, I'm excited for that. Yeah. I'm excited for that Baltimore-Houston game too. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the same thing about y'all in the 49ers. Like Houston playing with house money, young QB, rookie year, won his first ring. Yeah. So it's like, I know I'm on the road, but like, just play with that upset feeling. Like they got all the pressure. Like Lamar's got to win playoff games now. You got house money. It's like, hey, I already got as many playoff wins as Lamar Jackson. So fuck it. We're gonna see who's gonna have 2 after this shit. So let's go for it.
Yeah.
That pressure shit plays real. So I'm excited. I mean, I think that's another one that'll be closer than what people think. But yeah, I do think Baltimore will end up winning.
Yeah,
they should.
BT, T, any last thoughts on these upcoming games this weekend?
Yeah, like I said, man, I think the 49ers, I hate to say it, bro, I don't fuck with them niggas. But I think they win. But I think it's gonna be close, bro. I give it like I'm just keeping it a stack with y'all, bro. I don't fuck with the 49ers, bro. Fuck them niggas, except McCaffrey, bro. That's my guy. But I think it'll be like a 6 point like a 6 point win, bro. In the Houston game, Houston and Baltimore, for me, that's the game of the week for me. You know what I'm saying? 2 black quarterbacks. You got the young gunner and CJ. Then you got Lamar, who need to get playoff wins, like Dré said. But I think Baltimore defense is going to be the key to that game, and I think they're going to edge them out. As far as the Chiefs and the Bills, I already said I got the Chiefs in a close game, and I think the Lions they better beat the Bucks, bro. Like they ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They better beat the Bucks.
Better.
That's how I see it, man. I got the Lions, the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the 49ers.
It's a bet. T, any last thoughts?
I was going to say earlier, and I think Abdullah mentioned it. I mean, Green Bay can jump out empty. Green Bay right now, they're young. They don't know any better. A bunch of young guys, so they don't really feel any pressure. Sure. I expect Matt LaFleur to empty the clip. Whatever trick plays he got that he hasn't used yet, this is the time to use them. If Green Bay can get out early and apply some pressure to the 49ers, it'll be interesting to see how Brock Purdy handles that. I got the 49ers winning 27-24. I think it's going to be real close, actually. I think Green Bay is going to come out and actually get a lead early because if you can get Brock Purdy down early in the game, we saw what Baltimore was able to do, get some turnovers. Maybe Jair can make a couple plays. Then I think Green Bay makes it competitive. I think the 49ers are just too good. They'll pull away eventually. The AFC game, Baltimore, Houston, I think Baltimore's just going to be too much. It's not CJ Stroud's time. I think for Lamar Jackson, this is his best opportunity, and you have to seize the moment. And for CJ Stroud, it's just not his time yet. So I got Baltimore 27-17. I think Houston keeps it respectable, but, Baltimore's just too much. Detroit should beat Tampa Bay. There's no excuse for Detroit to lose this game. In my opinion, I thought Detroit should have been the 2 seed, but we know the refs hold Detroit, for Dallas, but fuck Dallas.
And then do shit with it. Well, man.
Exactly. And then until Josh Allen and Buffalo beats Kansas City in the playoffs, I'm going with Kansas City. So I think Kansas City goes in there. They win. I think it's a low-scoring game, 2017. So those are my thoughts.
Good stuff. Well, we're going to wrap it up here, fellas. I think we got a very exciting week of divisional round games. Good luck to Abdullah and shout out to Trav. He had to step off early. Shout out to y'all. Much love to y'all coming on the show. Good luck to the Packers this week. Keep following us. Keep shouting us out. We're on all social media platforms. Follow us on YouTube. We have some content coming up, some short contents that Dave and the guys are going to be putting together. They're talking about women's hoops, if I'm not mistaken, women's college hoops. We're going to put together some stuff. We're going to definitely start talking about basketball. NBA is heating up right around the time of the trade deadline, right around the time All-Star weekend's coming up. So we're definitely going to get to some college hoops as well as we get into more deeper conference play. So keep following us. Keep us in your loop wherever you get your podcast at. Keep making sure you follow us. Keep the notifications on. And as always, fellas, it's Savs and 4, and we are out.
Hey, man, before we leave, like, share, subscribe, like Brad said. You see that button over there, that subscribe button? Hit that bitch. Stop playing. Hit that button. You see that follow button on that pod streaming platform you on? Hit that button, man. Stay notified. We bringing more fire content 2024. Hey, we here, and
we ain't hard to find.
Dak Prescott don't like black people.